My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. What? Hang on. Didn't I just play Lunar Coven? Umbra? I see this is the other side of the same combo, actually. Both Exiles. We have the Moon Rituals and Plinks in the base deck. Although instead of Primordium, we have Ardun, Maidblade 2. Aqua's Reservation, once per battle, select the heart to gain 3 Amber. I wish I could do that in the deployment phase. Just turn it into a bad version of Hersel's Horde. 2 copies of Gravity in the base deck, deal 5 damage. New Moon Descend, Full Moon Ascend. 2 copies of Prismal Dust to consume and apply damage shield to a single unit. And then Nightingale, 1 Ember 2 Size, Stealth 2, New Moon, Multi-Strike 2. I should try and do the Ardun line that I've literally never taken a level in. And that is... oh, God. That is Mystic Hammer, Shadowcast, a cooldown of 3 to face to the New Moon. And in New Moon, it just has 50 additional damage. But at least I have a Nightingale. That makes it a little better. I hope I get it here. Okay, there we go. Finally, I'm gonna do that. Teeth of Gold. Deal 5 damage to lowest enemy health unit when a unit is eaten. No. Purified Soul Shard. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1, I think. Merchant of Steel. Yeah. It's going to be Merchant of Steel with a Lunar Coven unit. I'm definitely looking for the Silent Sentinel to put in front of Ardun and Nightingale to finish a floor, and then I'll be looking for an Umbra unit to run a second Umbra floor. It's not bad. It's just fine. It really depends on what we find. Yeah, 2 damage shield sounds good to me. Fully missed with Blink. Oh, I could phase out of the thing. I don't want to. That's fine. I get my Extinguish there. It's just I want to keep more of the damage shield wherever I can. I figured that would be the case. Because the enemy has sap. Astrael has sap at the moment, so we just had the ability to push them up to the next line, skipping a full line, just so that I can hit them faster. Phase Blessing. Yes. Incredible way to keep that floor alive. Heals a unit, healing over max health, applies armor instead. Max morsels, making morsel prismal dust. Okay, so morsel generation in this deck is basically contingent on the Plinks hitting. Is that something I want to solve with the packed morsels? Is that something I want to solve with the making of a morsel? Surely out of the two it'd be making. Umbra Banner next to a Merchant of Magic in 2 areas time. Yeah, take the making though. Quick and Titanite. Titanite plus 20. Some really good hits there. Not the units that we wanted to see them on, though. Do I want a second Nightingale, or do I want an Astrologer for a second floor to just benefit from any time I Moon Circle? It's got to be Astrologer second floor anytime I moon cycle, right? Because I can just upgrade the Nightingale I already have. I mean, I'm already going to be giving it quick. You, even if I gave you Tight 9 plus 20 health, you're not going to be good enough for the front line, though. You're all here. Ugh. My only defense for Ardun right now is drawing Phase Blessing and summoning additional morsels on that floor, and Nightingale doing enough damage to bypass the... It's not good. I am gonna leave, though, because those are all health upgrades, and I can't put any of those health upgrades on a floor that cares about them. That's Legion. Well, Legion's gonna... You deserve that skill 1. That should actually be okay. Legion's annoying because that's spikes, which is as aforementioned, pretty annoying. I think this has got to be my setup. I think I got to fight it as low as possible so I can try and get Nightingale to actually take a couple of hits. So Moon Ritual sets up for these Plinks to be lethal. Oh, that's great. Morsel Jeweler defends here as well as gets eaten and gives damage shield. Huge. I do want to drop Magma Morsel. Well, I do want to drop Spear Splinter, but I don't feel like can. Spear Steward, rather. I need the Magma Morsel, though. Okay, Phase Blessing, ready for the bottom line. Good to see that as well. Ooh, got another morsel there. Can't chump defend here. Unless I want to just save 4 HP for damage shields. I do want to give damage shield to Nightingale as well, but if Ardun just has the new moon active at the right time, we should be okay. In 3 turns time. So if I do this, you'll have a cooldown of 3. Then 2, and then 1 when the boss comes in. So last turn was the last turn I could have used that. That said, I'm going to be drawing a Moon Ritual at least over the course of the next 2 turns, so I have the ability to use this sister. And I'm going to need more damage on the bottom line as a priority. I just made a huge mistake. I forgot about Aqua's Reservation. Should have used that and the Prismal Dust at the same time there. Ooh, missed with the Blink. That's bad. Yeah, next turn I draw at least 1 ritual, no matter what. I'm gonna use that ritual. Link failed to remove the enemy backline. That makes everything a lot worse for us. I hit a giant Prismal Dust on Ardun, and it's not enough to keep that line from losing. That said, it does a lot of damage. The next line should be comfortable killing. And indeed it is. Oh, Meddler! 0 Ember 1 size, summon, phase the moon, manipulate, phase the moon again. Endless tank units are on an astrologer's floor. All I have to do is make sure that I end the turn on new moon, but honestly, an eclipse chamber on Ardun's floor with the Nightingale definitely seems likely. Space Prism. I like Space Prism. Wee bit of additional capacity, just a wee bit. Eclipse Chamber is locked in Merchant of Arms, but there's also a lot of misses in there as well. Anything that makes Ardun much more healthy, though, that's a hit. Maybe I don't run an Umbra floor. Maybe I'm just running 2 Lunar Coven floors. Lunar Cycle stuff definitely goes in this deck. Given the amount of Moonphase stuff we're doing. Moonlit Glaive is also a huge amount of damage on a Nightingale. I say a huge amount of damage. Right now, it is some damage. It's not actually that much, but I am going to want to stack more Conduit on that floor, so I know Moonlit Glaive is going to be a good thing in the long term. I want to re-roll here, because if I see a Eclipse Chamber, perfect. I still have the ability to buy it. I will note, Dusk Mantle would have been awesome as well if I just bought one less thing. Alas. Dante. I mean, the question when you find Dante is not, will I use Dante? It's how will I use Dante? I wonder if that justifies the Bloodthirsty Blade in the deck now? That's about where we're at. I kind of want to spike Aqua's Reservation just so that I can throw a Prismal Dust out here. Hell, maybe even just to burn the Calcified Ember. It already gave Multi-Strike to Dante. I don't need it still. I'd love to be doing something else this turn. But unfortunately, with no control over the moon phase, very little survivability for that bottom floor at the moment, we're kind of hemmed in. It's fine for Dante to die, I just needed to play you. I don't actually really use you. Ooh. Wee little morsel jewel, a treat for us. Keep the astrologer alive a wee bit longer. Eclipse Chamber is coming very late in the deck in a way that is starting to make me very, very nervous. Yeah, I'm afraid that might be too late. I'm able to survive the floor for a turn. There's our first phase blessing. Good God. Well, we definitely can't win after that. I'm going to restart this battle. There has to be a version of this that doesn't suck that bad. And it's just got to be one that keeps Ardun and Nightingale safe as long as possible. I think this is like the only version that I can really do. What is this? That was not in my opening hand, but the game is going to be completely different now. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll shift the season as many times as I like. Shift it again, why not? It's just more moon phase for Astrologer. And then we get phase blessing, okay. I just played on the wrong floor for the RNG to kick in. Yeah, this will be forfeiting all of the other units, so we're going to die pretty quickly while this is all happening. That said, just the Eclipse Chamber being drawn early is enough to win here. I would have made it deployable, obviously, earlier if I could have. I suspect this is still gonna... Oh, I was about to say, I suspect this is still gonna require a large prismal dust to keep us alive. And then the game provided immediately. Although... Hold up, how do I want to do this? Throw that spear suit away there. Do I want to plink on a floor? I think not. No, it's just Aqua's Reservation. Give me the 6... Meanwhile, a whole lot of positive growth for the deck there. We got to remove a lot of the calcified embers over the course of that fight. Yeah, literally just... That's why deployable upgrades are so important, because, like, the difference between a card being at the bottom of your deck at the top of your deck is the entire fight. Umbra Stone. Consume to apply Trample. In a world where we have that as our top floor, 1000%. Retch, return eaten units to hand. Nah. Glutton's Maw is really good. I don't want to make you think that it is not. It is incredible, especially in a world where we have Dante. I'll be taking the Umbra Stone. I do want to go Capacity. Because I think if I do go capacity, I'm going to end up just duping a second Nightingale to go on the same floor. I don't think I have consistent enough morsel generation to really run Alloyed Construct. There's a world where I could try and use Crucible Collector or even just Morsel Master to throw in additional morsels to a Dante or Astrologer floor. Hell, I'll take it. It's going to be 0 cost at least. Yeah, I desperately want that Merchant of Steel Lunar Coven banner. I desperately want a defensive unit here, please. Ethereal Silly, Conduit 5. Applying 1 additional sack of Conduit each time it is applied. It's worth noting, you don't have to apply the Conduit to her. Yeah, I can throw that on the same floor. Why not? I will say, a large stone is getting much more appealing just to turn one of our non-tank units into a tank instead. So like I'm thinking Dante the Dependable 3 size, Astrologer 2 size, Morsel Master 1 size behind them, gives them the ability to play a single morsel on that floor and double it. And Dante attacking at quick speed is obviously ridiculous for you as well. I think Nightingale, one of the things you need most is maybe just additional damage. Do we have a dupe in... We have a dupe in 1 Space-Time Merchant of Magic. There's definitely spells that I want to interfere with here. Umbra Stone becoming deployable, or not deployable, becoming intrinsic would be incredible. Phase Blessing, getting holdover and some additional health would be really lovely as well. So I think this is when I'm going to use my additional pump on Nightingale, and then I'm going to be duping Nightingale on a later turn. New Moon now gives 100 damage. Does it change? Nope, doesn't change the cooldown of your Shadow Cast. That's the kind of change I thought that would maybe make that interesting. That's absolutely our bottom floor. Yeah, I guess I could end up doing a steel shield. Steward's Quarters is what they call it. Oh, this is fun. I'll ascend the Profane Supplicant here. Then use Moon Ritual to plink you for enough damage to generate a morsel. Then I can throw that morsel on the bottom line and dupe it. Double Morsel Miner doing work. This one's an easy chump block with a Spear Steward. Whoa, hang on. Chump blocking the Spear Steward just became a lot harder. Okay. All I had to do was turn our quick attack off and we were fine again. Unfortunately, to get the additional damage on the bottom line, we really need to use Umbra Stone down there, but until I give you the Bloodthirsty Blade, that's going to be an unfortunately bad choice for us. It's just one we have to make. Also, Profane Supplicant's getting passes to the next floor, but that's the last thing you get to do. There's that Bloodthirsty Blade. We're going to get a lot of slays on that. Super useful. Up its damage a decent amount for us. Honestly, I don't need that Mage Blade. I'm much better served just preventing 3 damage to the pyre by playing out the Discordant Toll. Yeah, I mean, I have a whole nother floor in waiting, just ready to do some ridiculous stuff, but I guess good work, Dante. I guess they don't have to play the game. I already have a Moonlit Glade, don't need a second one. Planetarium obviously would be a lot of additional conduit for that other floor, which would be nice. I will admit, it's also a lot of additional conduit on Dante's floor, which is also nice. Lunacy is really good for the scaling of Astrologer at the absolute least, nothing else. Ethereal will only pump Lunacy's application of conduit by 1. I think the aura effect of Planetarium isn't even increased by it either. I think what I need is more in-combat plays. This is more setup. This is more in-combat play. Forever Consumed. Are you good now? You do double the damage you used to. Deals 80 damage to the front enemy unit. Used to be 40. That's fine. Bloodthirsty Blade picked up 10 slays in that fight. I'm kind of leaning Embercache, but I'm also recognizing that's not a really good idea for any particular reason. I'll take Forever Consumed. Welcome, Dante, back to the table to talk about your candelabra. I mean, Dante's Inferno, not bad. Am I going to go to a Merchant of Magic in a second? I am going to go to a Merchant of Magic in a second. Hell, what if I took Dante's Inferno? Deal damage to its piercing as well. Deals damage to enemy units on all floors equal to 10 times the number of Dante's candles in your deck. Give it to me, baby. Come on, consume removal. You are kidding me. Intrinsic -1 cost. Remember, we do have an Umbra Stone. Consume removal. For Dante's Inferno. I can -1 cost the Umbra Stone, making it playable on turn 1, reroll, and then -2 and consume the Dante's Inferno, now a 0 cost spell in the deck. Unstable Vortex is going to remove... I don't want to start removing the Stewards because I really do think I can do a lot more with them. The Plinks are bad right now, but they get better in the future. We do actually have a decent amount of conduit for those to do in damage. Even if I did get a Steward's Quarters at this point, I would only be able to play 1 Spear Steward on the top line. So I'll remove a Blink and a Spear Steward. As for our dupe, yes, I recognize Dante ridiculous. Yes, I recognize I could do a second... I could also get a second Dante's Inferno, which is only 20 damage to all enemies on all floors. Piercing. Only. I could get a second Eclipse Chamber, but realistically, for the Eclipse Chamber, I should just make that deployable in the Merchant of Arms. Probably getting energy from Kale to help with the additional setup. Just because of how utterly, like, the on and off it is. Like, that's day and night. We need that. I think a copy of this Nightingale, making a deployable Eclipse Chamber in the next area, and then just having an Umbra Stone ready for one of them, that's exactly what we need. How dare you muddle my mind? What, do you think I wouldn't mind? My muddle? I mean, look, it's so cool. Look at these floors. It's all of our ember. It's beautiful. Bloodthirsty Blade, I honestly don't need to give you trample. With your multi-strike amount at the moment, you do have trample. You don't think you do, but you do have trample already. The additional 9/9 are really up. There we go. Eclipse Chamber for the top line, and we are fine forever. Play Dante's Inferno. Unfortunately, it would kill too many units, and I don't need it to kill them. We're very much in the position where playing Dante... Ooh, hang on. I need to use that ability when I don't have full moon up. Yeah, so... face the new moon, then cool. Just for the additional moon cycle. But yeah, I want Slay triggers here, so I'm not even going to play our most powerful card. Phase Blessing for 19 shielding. Exactly the kind of thing we were looking for. Oh, wow. That's really surprising to me. Oh, literally just one conduit and one additional damage was enough to get him over the line there. Get him, Dante. The Dusk Mantle is back. Yes, please. No, we can't. We can't merge rooms. Planetarium Eclipse Chamber for the top line. Second Umbra. No, I just duped the first Umbra Stone if I need a second one. I definitely don't want Ember Drain, and I don't need to cannibalize at all. That's a skip. Drawn in deployment phase definitely needs to be the Eclipse Chamber. I will note, I want the Bloodthirsty Blade to be drawn in equipment phase as well. Oh my god, I'd love that. This seems much more immediately important. I think I should probably also remove the Spear Steward at least from the deck, because the Shield Stewards I can at least play on turn 1 on an empty line, so they don't have a deck cost. Moonlit Glaive. How about merging some pieces of equipment? I feel like the only one of these that wants to be held by the same person is Lunar Cycle Staff and Lunar Bloodthirsty Blade, both being on Dante. It's got some really good permanent growth. Yeah, screw it. Hang on. I'm getting I've already thought of what I think the thumbnail's gonna be. I'm thinking of like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Polymerization that has this in the center and both of the equipment on the other sides. We'll see how it works out in the edit. Reroll? Honestly, not really. There's some things I could hit, but there's a lot of things that I really don't care about right now. I definitely do have an empty floor to throw a engine upgrade on. Remove 2 cards from deck. I'm getting so close to just cutting Plinks. And when I say so close, what I mean is goodbye Plinks. I'd love to hold a little bit of money here. Go buck wild in Merchant of Magic in the next area. I do feel like Kale's probably going to have to give me energy here. I'd only be able to make one more piece of equipment deployable. Honestly, it should be trampled for Dante now, I think, at this point. I think we're far beyond even pretending that that's not the right thing to do. Like, it is nice to have a backup floor just in case. It is wild, though, to know that it's absolutely only just in case. No additional health at bottom line, but Phase Blessing here for a huge amount. Oh, hold up. I needed to face the new moon at the wrong, at a different time in that turn. There we go. It's first up we do that. Then we summon you. Then we do that. Then we do that. All's well. I really don't want to descend Kale here just because it's the only unit that hits Dante. It's the only real contest to Dante's health. Set up another Nightingale, Dusk Mantle for you. Drop Dante's Candle, and then it's Aqua's Reservation and as much damage shield as I can Dante to give. Yeah, I think that one worked well right there. I do think that went okay. Thunderstop's kind of funny. It's utterly unnecessary in this build. Ritual Tome. Some more health for Arduin. Like, realistically, the problem with Arduin is that, like, I can't keep you alive because I can't increase your health value very effectively. Obviously, there's pieces of equipment that can help with that. There's giving you quick units that stand behind you that are constantly helping with that as well. Sure, I'll take a Ritual Tome. It's not going to hurt me. And I will take Hell's Flame. Admittedly, taking that Hell's Flame now does give me the ability to make one of the merge pieces of equipment deployable to just throw on Dante on the very first turn, which realistically, like, yeah. Yeah, you do that. What the? I almost swore, actually. What the hell? Mystic Hammer 3 has 90 health. So the scaling for its health value is 30, 45, 90? 12, 20, 30. 20, 30, 50. 30, 45, 90? Oh, I take back everything I've ever said about anything. Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm planning on playing some games on the internet. It'd be lovely if you joined. Yeah, that was wild. Overgrowth Carapace. I don't have anyone mini-sized appropriate that I don't think. Well, I have people who are mini-sized. I just don't have anyone who has a mini stone. Meat Shield, which combines with Dusk Mantle for more survivability on the right unit. Upgrade. That piece of merge equipment be in the opening hand. I mean, in terms of the dupe, realistically, I should probably get another copy of that duped equipment. But what if I just got another Dante's Inferno because it's fun? It's a card I can't play because it's better not to play it for my permanent scaling. How about that? Isn't that a great card? Should I add that to my deck? Oh boy. Gotta say, these Nightingales aren't going to be thrilled about having to play on this full field. Yeah, because they attack at quick speed, which means they'll die before Ardun does anything. Which does mean I just can't play them right now. Thankfully, Dante is a big old boss and does not give a single heck nor dang or care about it. Excuse me? Where is my Bloodthirsty Blade? Oh, you bastard. I have too many deployable pieces of equipment. That's why we needed to cut shield stewards. Uh-huh. That is going to be a problem. How can I reformat to still succeed? I think I don't put down Astrologer in the first round, so that I have an opportunity to chump block with a Shield Steward. I really don't want to pass both Nightingales in this first cycle. So I think if I play one, I have to then Arcwiths to give it enough damage shield to survive. Send you. So much of my damage is missing from this field. It's disgusting. Okay, for another Dante's Inferno, doing incredible work there. Yeah, immediate night and day for that floor, and frankly, all of the other floors. Woof. I can't play the Astrologer here and then descend it. I can't kill this Shield Steward and then play an Astrologer behind it. I can ascend this Shield Steward, but then I block the space for the other Nightingale later. Whoa. Oh, wow, that's 6 corruptions actually going to be really annoying. Gets a lot better when I can double some morsels to save us here, though. Just a single chump block with an Astrologer is enough to get us over the hump there. Cycle, 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 cycle. Sick. How big the blade now? How big's the blade? Excuse me? Oh, 137? Second Eclipse stream. Sure, I'll take a Coven Spike. Do I need it or want it? No. Grovel! Yes, that one's a little better. We do actually have a Morsel Master to benefit from that. Merchant of Steel. I gotta admit, Merchant of Steel, I don't want to upgrade any additional units because if I upgrade them, they get a cost that has since been removed with a Purified Soul Shard. Oh. Silent units get plus 20 damage in New Moon is just always going to be active. First time an enemy unit dies each turn, add 2 morsel units to hand. That will also always be active. On deployment phase, draw a rune card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. Eclipse Chamber is already deployable. Engine upgrade, unfortunately, already has 0 costs. That makes it deployable, but the real downside to that... Well, actually, hang on. I was about to say, the real downside to that is that it's deployable, right? So it's got cost in my opening hand, but let's have a look at everything else first. Intrinsic. How do you know exactly what I need you to do? Um, which of you is the biggest hit for an intrinsic? Like, intrinsic making of a morsel gives us 9/9 to our front line twice on the first turn. Pretty good. Intrinsic Ritual Tome, I feel like is in excess of requirement. Back when I thought I had 45 health or maybe 60 health on the next level to work with, it was a bit more relevant, but now that I have 90 health, it's a little less so. So currently our opening hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Currently our opening hand is 9 cards. If I take the Dante's Footstool, the 10th card will be the Energy Pump. I'm taking Lunar Lantern and Shade Lantern. First rune card played each battle's play 12 laws. Yeah. So I could play the engine upgrade Dwarf Laws. The only problem is then I lose the space that I need for playing Mortals on the bottom floor. Just doesn't seem that handy. Fate Blade adds an additional damage per stack. It's fine, but that's not really where I get my damage from, to be fair. I'm going to intrinsic the making of a morsel. I'm also going to hold over that making of a morsel, which gives me the ability to play that on the bottom line every single turn for 18/18 worth of stats to our front line. Lower the cost of that lunacy. I'm going to give some additional healing to that card. I'm going to purge a card from the deck. Get a Plink out of there. Let's do it, Seraph. Dante. Merged Dante equipment. Alright, Aqua's Reservation, and Brismal Dust is ready to give 7 damage shield here, which honestly, I think I just spiked 7 damage shield on Dante, and then let the battle continue. Oh, sick. I mean, I don't want to play the... I'm still constantly in the position of not wanting to play the Dante's Inferno. Admittedly, Lunacy here is also really good. I can definitely play the making morsel this. Sorry, the entropy. I can play the entropy. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like, I don't want to descend you. You're taking 509 damage on this floor. On the bottom floor, you take 1,000. Just seems a bit better. Again, Curses of Entropy, play him aplenty. 2 spaces for morsels on the second line, just because we still haven't played the other Nightingale, but admittedly it is nice to have the space for them, courtesy of Shade Lamp. I have them in the first place. we're finally here in a world where I'm just going to have to stock additional morsels on the top line. I'll even play that unit before I sap that unit. Why not? Couple more chum blocks for that top line, see what they can do. Yeah, Dante, dude, I think you might have enough. $278 by 9 damage. You're a big guy, but, like, realistically, you are half as big as the equipment that you are holding. Go and spike for what we can get, and play those out because it can. Oh, the enemy got a single attack phase. I don't call that a victory anymore. The enemy got to attack. Let's see what we can do against the Titans. Always happy to be going in with full health. The Titans only have to kill me once for me to be cautious for the next 20 runs about the amount of health I take into them. Get some damage shield while I'm waiting for Dante to become unkillable. Admittedly, Dante is actually a little harder to make unkillable in this fight because the entropy is always going to be hitting for the 20 each turn, as well as the Dominion's additional... Oh my god. Half Savager on turn 1 though. Arduin, you've got a lot more healing. You've got that Titan skin as well. Ooh, and even some lifesteal coming up. God, I want to play Dante's Inferno so bad. But it steals slays away from Dante dependable. Screw it. Just let me play it. Yeah, if ever there's been a run where Dominion's going to take the longest out of the enemies on board, it absolutely will be this run. Alright, so it's turn 4. Savagery and Entropy are both dead. God, Dante got down to literally no HP there. Okay, I'm gonna be playing my cards slightly differently then. Dante, it seems like you might really need 2 stacks of lifesteal after this turn to keep you alive. Like 6 additional shielding for our Dun's floor. Neat. Okay, lifesteal's gonna serve well. Guess I need to start removing some damage shield from you as well, so... Not the damage shield, the spell shield, rather. Give me the damage shield guys on the bottom line, thank you. Alright. Should only be the next 2 turns. Which I think we survive. We might end up losing Dante at the very end of them, though. Yeah, we're losing Dante at the moment. Double drop and Tombra Morsel in front of you should give you a huge amount of additional health. Then Prismal Dust for 4 more damage shields. That'll get you there. What are you doing? You're completing this floor? How dare you? Or perhaps you aren't. Only 1 spell shield taken down from that, but that is A-okay. That's all the damage we need. It's... I did this card so dirty. I got it. I made it really good, and then I stopped using it forever. Admittedly, it's not for any lack of having something much better as an option. Having that merged equipment, an Umbra Stone as well, and then just Dante. Admittedly, it was nice to use Shadowcast, and we did. Without the Eclipse Chamber, I think Shadowcast would have been a lot harder, but the ability would have been a lot more relevant because every 3 turns, I just have to make sure that I'm tipping back in the right direction. The fact that it has 90 health does make it a lot more approachable as a frontliner on Dun. Admittedly, it's not Hierophant. It's not giving armor, which is obviously a frontliner and a half right there. Great fight. Couldn't be happier. Win streak increased to 3. We upgraded Lunar Coven victories there. These are starting to look pretty filled out. It's wild to see some of these, like the Lunar Coven Pireborn with Ekka as the lead. I haven't done that apparently since I was playing Covenant Rank 2, which means since the 2nd episode of this series. I believe this is like episode 120-something. There's so goddamn many combinations. This game's so cool. My name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Mods Drain 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays. And a thank you and a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.